chaps. Morning.
You just need to use this mic. This one.
Just like to start today, just like to pay a tribute to Jeff Sale, who was a great mate of mine. It was very sad day for rugby because he was a good person. Gave a lot to the game. Number of players he coached, number of teams he looked after. You know, even with England in 2016, he was the most welcome host. I can remember going for a few beers with him at the Coogee Bay Hotel. Just a great fella, a real loss for the game. And we've got to make sure we keep those characters in rugby because it's so important. It defines our game. We've seen at this World Cup, you know, the great enthusiasm and togetherness of the crowds, opposing teams, but great support, and it's, you know, it's a sad day for rugby.
Gary, do you want to kick us off, please?
Eddie, you had all 31 available, so how much did that make selection this week?
Yeah, well, I say it every week, it's the most difficult selection, but we had 31 players competing hard for places. We had an outstanding training run yesterday. And certainly we've got 8 disappointed players, but they understand they have a massive role to play to support the team. And conversely, the guys who have been selected need to support those guys. And you know, it's a credit to our strength and conditioning staff and our medical staff what great condition we're in to be. You know, we're 6 games into a World Cup preparation, 4 warm-up games and 2 World Cup games. We've got 31 players to select from.
Now the Mako or Jack start, how close were they to being named in the starting 15?
No, they're still way off, but they trained really well yesterday. If they hadn't trained as well yesterday, we probably wouldn't have picked them in the 23, but they showed they're fit enough to make a really significant contribution to our effort on Saturday.
You say a long way off, is that not a touch risky then if, you know, we know, don't we, injuries can happen at any stage?
Oh no, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Yeah, probably exaggerated a bit.
You always, when I spoke to you last week, you said you knew the teams that would start pretty much all 4 of these 4 games. So when you set out that list sort of back in August time, how close is this to the side you thought you put up then? Yeah,
no, reasonably close. Obviously there's ups and downs of players. Players have injuries and illness, but we're reasonably happy with the team we've picked.
Only reasonably? Oh,
well, you never know, do you? You never know, you know, and that's one of the things that's difficult. You tell the players this morning you don't know whether you've made the right decision. You know, you think you've made the right decision, but I could be wrong.
Owen, you were riding to Tokyo, didn't you, on the bullet train? And ever since you've got here, is there a sense that things are just getting a little bit more serious now?
First of all, we've had a longer preparation. So compared to the last game we played in, we've had a lot more time to prepare. So we're looking forward to it now. There's been a longer build up to this game. Everybody's fresh, everybody's fit, and everybody can't wait to play.
Conditions change again, don't they? No roof. I think it's going to be about 30 degrees. It's a slightly earlier kick-off. What's he had up his sleeve this week to make sure that you're all right for it?
No, we're prepared. Obviously, we've been training here all week. We're prepared for any conditions that are thrown at us. We can only play whatever the conditions are at the time, and we're well prepared to play any sort of rugby to do that.
Hi, it's Diego from Argentina. Hello. We would like to know your opinions on the 23 Argentina squad. We knew today that Sanchez is not going to be not even in the 23, and with Uda Villeta playing at 10 and 12 and 13. Owen, do you know them well? We would like to know your opinions.
Yeah, no, interesting team. Look, strong team. We know that Argentina are at their best at World Cups. They have, I think Creevy spoke of a number of things this week, one of which was how tight they are as a team. And they're a pretty good team if they can get Creevy to come off the bench. So the standoff we know pretty well. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try. But he's been a good performer for Cast for a number of years. He's very solid in terms of his goal kicking, and we'll know that he'll bring something different to the game. So we respect them very greatly.
At the front. Oh. Just one thing,
Eddie, the use of the kick in this World Cup, it's seen again last night with 14 in the front line. How astute do your kickers have to be to exploit that sort of space, because that's where it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been really interesting, the rugby at the World Cup so far. We've got teams playing with consistent line speed. There's not much space. The balls are a little bit more slippery because of the hot and humid condition, which allows the defence to get off the line a bit harder, and therefore you have to try to find space somewhere. And kicking's always been an important part of rugby, and probably at this World Cup it's going to be even more important that you're able not only to kick accurately and long when you're getting out of your half, but when you're in the half, being able in their attacking half, being able to use those kicks to find the space and to score points. And I think on Saturday will be a crucial area of the game.
Eddie, you've picked your kamikaze kids on the flank and Lewis London ahead of Mark Wilson on the bench. Can I ask what the thinking is with that?
Again, difficult decisions, mate. We've got four quality back rowers there, all competing for a spot. Curry and Underhill, particularly given the conditions, we think will be useful in terms of that contest at the breakdown. And Luddenham's just impressed us in the World Cup with his energy, his enthusiasm. He plays with no fear, but Mark Wilson's unlucky not to get selected.
日本テレビの海老原と申します。
はい、どうぞ。
エディさんに、日本がアイルランドに勝った、それをどう思っていらっしゃるかと、その勝った理由は何かというところをぜひ教えてください。
Well, firstly, I think I'm so pleased with Japanese people. Japan have been warm and caring hosts of the World Cup, and for their team to play with such commitment and fighting spirit was absolutely outstanding. And we know they beat the second best team in the world. So it's a great result for the tournament. It's a great result for Japan, and we're pleased for them. But my thoughts are not with Japan at the moment. They're with England.
Hi Farrell, Owen, this is for you. You're playing at 12 today, tomorrow, on Saturday, sorry. We are all expecting the game. We were guessing as Argies if you were going to play 10 or 12. Now with 4 is 10, you're going to be 12. Do you know well the two Argie centres, and are you more comfortable on 12 or at 10 normally?
My job is to fit in within the team. Whatever numbers on my back. As far as the Argentina centres, they've been pretty settled there for a long time. Seen them play a lot in the championship, and they're two very physical players that can break tackles and also do a job very good defensively. So we'll have to be engaged. We'll have to be alive playing against them, and it'll be a tough game.
Any more questions? One last one.
Eddie, Mario obviously specialises in the scrum. Did you expect him to do such a good job so quickly on what looked like at times in the Rugby Championship as a real problem area for them?
Look, I think it's part of the Argentinian rugby culture. So sometimes like anything in life, you can have dormant periods, but particularly when it's a fabric of your rugby, it's quite easy to reignite, and I think he's done that particularly well. But yeah, it's going to be a massive test on Saturday. They haven't scrummed against us yet, and we believe our scrum can be a real weapon for us. So hang on to your seats.
Arigato gozaimasu.